If you're one of those people like me that have been holding out hope that the rankings were going to reverse and we'd see something at least closer to what we had before this update started, that Google maybe got it wrong because we're getting beholed over this entire thing, Google came out in the middle of the night last night and said, we actually got it right and the update is complete, which means no reversal and we're going to continue being beholed, at least for the time being. Time to duct tape that behold though, and we got to get back to work if you're one of those sites like mine that got totally tanked during this update. So my name is Rob. I started this channel just a couple of weeks ago before this update to share what I've learned over the last 2 years of blogging and being lucky enough to make some money through affiliate marketing on my blog. And then the update hit and then all things went to hell. But it's just another topic for me to cover here on the channel, and we're going to only cover it for a few more days, and then we're going to get back to work on building the blog up and making money again. So if you haven't already, if blogging's your thing, if making money through a blog is your thing, or you want those things to be your thing, I'm going to be building my site right back up to where it was, and you can come along with me. So hit subscribe, hit like. Let's get into how this update ended up treating me in the end. Here we are on the Google dashboard where you can see it says that the rollout was complete. They did this in the middle of the night last night, sort of like trying to sneak it in there to maybe reduce the amount of midday chaos that it would have caused. So at basically right overnight. So anyways, it is done. Looks like it took just about 14 days, so 2 weeks, which is kind of what they had predicted at the beginning. So let's look at a couple of things of where this ended up sort of leaving me at the end. So even though I had hit a high of 1957 on daily clicks, my average over the course of pretty much all of this time had been somewhere in that 1,200 to 1,400-ish range. Took me down to as low as 196 and kind of seems to have me around 231, 241, 250 and about the same today. So that's about an 80% drop for me on overall clicks. Of course, impressions also took a major tank here. The average position, as I noted the other day, is the highest it's ever been, but there's definitely some impact there because I've lost so many keywords. So that's kind of where it left me at. It stinks. 80% is more than I've seen online for most people. So this one especially hurt. There's a few things I also wanted to mention here. I talked a lot about my other videos about how I watched this sort of number in real time to try to pick up any sort of trends in real time happening. I saw, it was normally for me somewhere between the 35 to 45 range consistently. Since the update, it has been basically this. I saw it go to 0 one day, which I can't tell you exactly how that felt. And so the number's really kind of been around this, which, I just didn't see any sort of increase with this number. It's always been basically somewhere in like this 6 to about 9 range. I haven't seen it get up past, I think 13's been the highest over the last week. So just didn't ever pick up on any sort of hint of any sort of reversal or trend change. If we go over and check my Ahrefs account, here's kind of where we ended up over the last 7 days at least. I lost 251 total keywords that were in the top 3 ranking. That's a pretty good amount. And 8.5 thousand total keywords just that were ranked anywhere. And that's just the last 7 days. If I go back to the last 30, luckily for me, my month started very strong. I was gaining a lot of keywords. So you can see here that I'm only down 220 for the entire month for 30 days of the top 3 ranked keywords, but obviously 9.2. Still, it's a lot. There's a lot. So regardless how you look at it, this one stung. So here's what I would say about it at this point is today is Thursday. I'm glad that it's over, to be honest with you, because I started to kind of get this feeling like there wasn't really any sort of clear indication that things were going to turn around as far as rankings coming back. They just never really picked up any sort of momentum there. But at the same time, I didn't want to start messing around with my site and trying to kind of reframe and rethink how my site was built or do anything because I wanted the update to complete because it was still moving. It was still volatile. So I think that we should be glad, even if we got hit by this, I'm glad that it's over so we can get back to work on that. So what does getting back to work look like? Well, obviously we need to be rethinking now what it means to, have a quality website in the eyes of Google, at least. For myself, so many of my articles were first-hand written. I used very little AI. A lot of them were just things that I've experienced, like going to Planet Fitness. I had an entire topical authority set of articles about going to Planet Fitness because that's my gym. About 75 hard challenge because I've done that. Like I got these entire ecosystems of articles that I experienced firsthand that I wrote about that had no affiliate stuff in them almost whatsoever, and they still got hit. So we have to rethink and reframe what it is to be experience, what it is to have expertise, that EEAT thing. We have to rethink it in terms of like, what does it actually mean as far as like, what does Google actually think that it means? And we've got some work to do. There's no doubt about it. But the same thing that I've said before is that we've done it once, and look how much more knowledge we have now about how to write, how to build, how to structure. And we're going to take these things, we're going to learn through this process and rebuild. And I know that it stinks, and I know that it sucks. Like, this is a kick in all three of my balls, basically. I mean, it is not a comfortable situation to be in, but we're here. And if we can come back from this, holy cow, imagine the sight that we can have and the way that we'll be able to help other people by saying that we survived the HCU of September 2023 and still live to talk about it another day. So, update over, time to get back to work. I'm going to take a couple of days just to sort of breathe deep and think it through, and then I'll come back and we'll start doing some work together. So thanks y'all so much for watching. Again, if blogging and making money online is your thing, I was there and I'll be there again, and we're going to get there back together again, together. Redundant. That's all right. We'll see you on the next video. It's been a long week. Peace out.